PC Plays, and this is the start of my new channel. As you can see, no subscribers, everything like that. And this is the start of a new series on WWE 2K17 Universe Mode. As you can see, I've spent the last probably an hour since it's been downloading sorting out my Universe Mode. I've got the Universal Championship as the Raw Champion, like the Raw World Championship, United States Championship, the Women's Championship, and the Tag Team Championship. And I have written down a lot of what's going to happen with this series. To start off, pay-per-views. It'll be exactly the same as WWE before the brand split. So I will not be doing 2 pay-per-views a month because I think that'll just make it so over-needed, over-complicated. And also I think I'll end up making too many matches. So in January we'll have the Royal Rumble match, in which the main event will be the 30-man Royal Rumble with 15 SmackDown and 15 Raw superstars in. The winner main events WrestleMania. Both world titles and women's titles will be defended. Tag team and the 2 tag team and the 2 singles championships I'm not too concerned about. February we'll have Fastlane. I did want to do Roadblock, but for some reason the Roadblock logo is not available in Create an Arena. So it will be Fastlane. If a Roadblock Arena comes on the system, then I will use that, because obviously we'll be starting at the night after WrestleMania on this. My aim is to try and get through 2 WrestleManias per year, but it depends on what I can do. March obviously we'll have WrestleMania. Oh, one thing about Fastlane: if a Raw superstar wins the Royal Rumble, the SmackDown World Championship, so the WWE Championship, will main event. If a SmackDown superstar wins the Royal Rumble, the Universal title will main event, and all titles will be defended. I'm going to do this so it alternates between the Universal and the WWE Championship main eventing, because I think that's a way to show that, I'm not biased towards Raw, I'm not biased towards SmackDown, etc. WrestleMania, obviously the winner of the Royal Rumble main event, all titles defended. That will be the longest pay-per-view I do. April, we'll have Payback, all titles defended. Extreme Rules in May. Both world title matches will be an Extreme Rules match, and all championships will be defended. I'm looking towards doing like a couple of no holds barred, falls count over, things like that kind of matches. Money in the Bank in June. We'll have the Money in the Bank ladder match, which will open the show. We'll have 3 Raw superstars and 3 SmackDown superstars. Only having one ladder match, because otherwise it gets very confusing, and also sometimes it bugs out and only lets you do 1. Then we have the winner of the Money in the Bank. Winner of the Money in the Bank ladder match can change brand. So, say for example, Roman Reigns wins it, he can change over to SmackDown and go for the WWE Championship. If John Cena wins the Money in the Bank, he can move over to Raw. Both world titles matches at Money in the Bank will be ladder matches, and all titles will be defended. In July we'll have Battleground, all titles defended. SummerSlam in August, all titles defended. September we're not going with Night of Champions, because aside from the September pay-per-view and the Royal Rumble, all titles will be defended at every pay-per-view. September we will be having Elimination Chamber, and both world title matches will be an Elimination Chamber match. And both world titles and women's titles will be defended. Again, because like the Royal Rumble, that takes up a lot of time, and with Elimination Chamber, they take up a bit of time as well. So again, as long as those 4 titles are defended, I'm not too concerned. In October we have Hell in a Cell. Both world title matches will be a Hell in a Cell match, and because WWE have just announced, or well, last night announced that the Women's Championship match at Hell in a Cell will be in a Hell in a Cell, I might do it so Women's Championship matches are Hell in a Cell matches as well, but that will not be the case for the first one. November, Survivor Series. We'll have a 6-man elimination tag team match between Raw and SmackDown, so obviously 3 Raw, 3 SmackDown. All titles will be defended. The 6-man elimination tag team match will probably be sort of the third main event, whereas obviously I'll get to the main events in a minute. And then finally in December we'll have TLC. Both World Championship matches will be TLC matches. Then we'll have some ladder matches, tables matches, things like that. And all titles must be defended. Here are the rules of pay-per-view main events. If a Raw superstar wins the Royal Rumble, the Universal Championship will be defended in the main event of WrestleMania, Extreme Rules, Battleground, Elimination Chamber and Survivor Series. In that case, if a Raw superstar wins the Royal Rumble, the WWE World Championship will be defended in the main event of Fastlane, Payback, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, Hell in a Cell and TLC. And then it flips for the other side, so if SmackDown superstar wins the Royal Rumble, the WWE World Championship will be defended in the main event of WrestleMania Extreme Rules, Battleground, Elimination Chamber and Survivor Series. If SmackDown superstar wins the Royal Rumble, the Universal Championship will be defended in the main event of Fastlane, Payback, Money in the Bank and SummerSlam, Hell in a Cell and TLC. Obviously, like I just said, we've got 8 championships, as you can see here. So we got, on Raw, we got the Universal Championship, which is held by Kevin Owens, as in real life. Same with the United States Championship, Roman Reigns holds it, Sasha Banks is the Women's, and the New Day are the Tag Team Championship, are the Tag Team Champions. On SmackDown, we have the WWE Championship, which is held by AJ Styles, the Intercontinental Championship, held by Dolph Ziggler, the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, which I have downloaded, but I can't remember actually if I have actually done that in the show. Yes, I have. And so you can see there the 4 championships. The Tag Team Championships held by Slater and Rhino. I have downloaded a Rhino creator wrestler. And then this Women's Championship will be held by Becky Lynch on SmackDown. Now, if we go into the superstars, you can see you got Aiden English, obviously on SmackDown, AJ Styles, SmackDown, Alberto Del Rio is on SmackDown, Alexa Bliss is on SmackDown, Alicia Fox is on Raw, Apollo Crews is on SmackDown. Basically, I've kept the rosters exactly the same. I have done some creator wrestlers. As you can see, Asuka is on SmackDown. I'm not doing an NXT. So all the NXT guys will be on the main roster. Got Baron Corbin, Bayley, Becky Lynch. Legend-wise, I'm not going to be including them in the universe mode because I don't really see the point. I might bring some back for gimmick matches, so like Goldberg versus Lesnar, Triple H versus The Rock, things like that. As you can see, I've brought Blake and Murphy up to the main roster on Raw. Bo Dallas is on Raw. Braun Strowman's on Raw. Bray Wyatt SmackDown. Brie Bella I haven't assigned because, well, she doesn't wrestle anymore. Brock Lesnar is on Raw. The Dudley Boys I have put on SmackDown. Carmella's on SmackDown. Cesaro's on Raw. The American Alpha on SmackDown, obviously. Charlotte on Raw. Jericho's on Raw. Curtis Axel's on Raw. Devon Dudley. Daniel Bryan's on SmackDown, but I'm not. That's why his rank is so low on the championship, because I'm not actually going to be using him to wrestle. I've put the Revival on SmackDown to kind of boost their tag division. Obviously, you got Dean Ambrose on SmackDown. Diego and Fernando, which are Primo and Epico, they are also on Raw. Dolph Ziggler, Intercontinental Champion. A lot of legends. Then we got Emma, who's on Raw. Enzo and Cass are on Raw. Eric Rowan's on SmackDown. Eva Marie's on SmackDown. Fandango's on SmackDown, along with Tyler Breeze. Finn Balor's on Raw. Goldberg, as you can see, not assigned to a brand. Goldust's on Raw. Heath Slater, obviously SmackDown Live Tag Team Champion, alongside Rhino. Obviously he's the champion. Hideo Itami's gone to Raw. Swagger's on SmackDown. Jason Jordan's on SmackDown. JBL, obviously not going to use him. Jay and Jimmy Uso are on SmackDown. John Cena's on SmackDown. Kalisto and Kane are on SmackDown. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, I have actually assigned them brands, but for some reason they're not coming up, so I will address that. Owens is on Raw. I have downloaded a Carl Anderson Luke Gallows from a creator from the Creation Suite. I am going to be getting the Season Pass, so as soon as they are released, I will be adding them to the Universe mode. Obviously, you got Kofi Kingston on Raw, Connor and Victor are on SmackDown. Luke Gallows again there. Luke Harper's on SmackDown as with his appearance at No Mercy. Mark Henry's on Raw. The Miz is on SmackDown. Mojo Rawley's on SmackDown. Murphy, along with Blake, is on Raw. Naomi's on SmackDown. Natalia's on SmackDown. Neville's on Raw. Nia Jax is on Raw. Nikki Bella's on SmackDown. Paige is on Raw. R-Truth, Randy Orton. Basically, all of these are the same. Obviously, you can see my Rhino creator wrestler there. Well, not mine, someone else. And he is obviously the tag team champion. You got a load of legends here. Roman Reigns obviously on Raw as the United States champion. Don't worry, he will not be near the Universal Championship picture for a while. Or at least that's not my intention. Sami Zayn's on Raw. Samoa Joe I've put on Raw as well. And I also need to mention that I have got the NXT edition of WWE 2K17. So that's why I have Nia Jax and Apollo Crews. Scott Dawson is on SmackDown. Rollins is on Raw, and as you can see, he's the #1 contender for the Universal Championship. Sheamus on Raw. Shinsuke Nakamura, I have put him on SmackDown because I feel that SmackDown, based off of real life, is the more... I don't know how you describe it. I find it's the more you have the better chance there. So, put him on SmackDown. Simon Gotch is on SmackDown. Sin Cara's on Raw. Stardust is not in it because obviously he's not in the WWE anymore. Who else? Too many. Summer Rae's on Raw. Tamina, she's injured, so I don't really want to assign her a brand yet. If it turns out that she either A, comes back, or one women's division is lacking a little bit, then I'll put her on there. Tyson O'Neil's on Raw. Triple H is on Raw. I've actually assigned him to Raw, but he won't be involved in championships and things like that. Tyler Breeze on SmackDown, along with the other half of Breezango. Tyson Kidd, I wasn't sure about what to do with him, so obviously, please let me know in the comment section. Undertaker I've put on SmackDown. I think you all know why, but I'll let you mull over that for a moment. Victor is on SmackDown, Xavier Woods, and then obviously Zack Ryder. And then we're back to the top. So that's the roster. Tag teams, obviously we've got American Alpha, Ascension, Slater and Rhino, the Bella Twins, which obviously they're not going to be, Blake and Murphy, Breezango, the Club, I have put them there, the Dudley Boys, Enzo and Cass, are actually #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championship. Obviously, Hype Bros, Los Matadores, Lucha Dragons, which actually they're not together, so I might sort of delete that later on. Then obviously you got the Revival, the Usos, the Vaudevillains, and that's it. And now, if we go on to the calendar, as you can see, Payback will be our first pay-per-view. Extreme Rules, Money in the Bank, Battleground, SummerSlam, Elimination Chamber, Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series, TLC, Royal Rumble, Fastlane, and WrestleMania. I will be using the WrestleMania 32 arena because A, I haven't bought the WrestleMania 31 yet, and also it's the newer one. Story options, I will be having automatic rivalries, but I will also kind of be interjecting in it. The Undertaker's WrestleMania rivalry, I'm actually going to turn off because I want to do that myself. So I'll have it on, but I won't have it on auto. Royal Rumble Winners rivalry, obviously, will be on auto anyway. Survivor Series rivalry, I'll put on, but that will be sort of like a bragging rights type thing. then all this. At the moment, you just got matches on Raw. These will change, but actually, at the moment, I'm not going to be playing these. I'm going to be leaving it for now. This was just an introduction to it. Is there anything else I have missed? I'm just trying to think. Right, on SmackDown, we'll have the Vaudevillains, the Dudleys, the American Alpha, the Revival, Breezango, Ascension, Hype Bros, and the Usos. And on Raw, we'll have The Club, Golden Truth, Los Matadores, Primetime Players, Blake and Murphy, and The New Day. Also on SmackDown, I will be putting Austin Aries when he's finally released. And I will also be putting in Ty Dillinger. He will also be on Raw. But until that actually happens, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that, really. So really, until that happens, there's not really much else for me to do on this one. This is just, like I said, an intro episode, just to show you the rosters, the championships, and sort of the rules of the series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.